Welcome, world, to another edition of Billy Bro Podcast live. And that's your boy Lofro, let's go. Today I'm joined with Mr. D.I.B. himself.
We're not even live streaming just yet. We are. I guess we are.
live streaming.
Shit. I guess we are live streaming.
Oh, yeah. But now, man, what I was going to say is so there's a bunch of hype over the Queen dying. How do you feel about that? Because me personally, I don't feel like she actually made that big of an impact myself, man, compared to other celebrities or other personnel, influential people out there. Because at this point, I see the Queen more of a celebrity than anything else. That's it. Like, her title means nothing to me. The King's title means nothing. All the British royalty family titles mean nothing to me.
I'm gonna agree with you and say not that the King dying meant nothing to me. The Queen dying meant nothing to me. And any one of the other royals dying will mean nothing to me. Like, first of all, I'm Black, so the atrocities and I'm Caribbean, so you know what I'm saying? The atrocities of how the Crown and all this other stuff has basically contributed to throughout, the world. You have the islands being colonized, bringing slaves over, basically breeding them on the islands. You got them oppressing and basically colonizing all of India and doing whatever they do over there, what they do in Africa, pretty much what they do around the entire globe. And all of this is under the watchful eye of a 100-year-old Queen and King of England. They let all this atrocities just slide. Granted, they're not the prime minister, but still, like, when they say something, I'm pretty sure it has influence. No matter how much you want to say that, the figureheads and all this shit. If they have the public's opinion on them, if the Queen or the King say something to the public, they'll win over the public. They might not be able to do legislative shit like off rip, but they can win over the minds and the hearts of the people. It's the same thing as when America went to Japan, dropped the bombs in Japan. They could have showed up to the capital of Japan and been like, "Hey, yo, we're running this shit." But what they did, they went through the emperor and allowed the emperor to go ahead and tell the people, Japanese people, that we're surrendering. All this that goes over smoother with the people, even though there's one or two people that won't like it. But they're basically, the emperor has the hearts and minds of the people. You know what I'm saying? So they go to the emperor and tell him to tell the people what to do, even though he's not a warlord or anything like that. He's just an emperor. But yeah, same thing, same idea. America has a history of going against oppressive forces. You know what I'm saying? That we're built on it, and they represent what America fought against. So even Americans entertaining this and try to celebrate this is wild to me. Like, America was formed because we were going against the oppressive British motherfuckers over there. Like, Big England, like, we was really trying to fight them off to run our own country. We didn't want to be under a king and queen. So for us to honor a king and queen goes against everything that America is about. Like I said, in Virginia, if you look at Virginia's flag, which is Virginia is like one of those states in America. If y'all ain't from America, Virginia is like deep embedded into America. What the first city? What is it? Jamestown or something like that, or whatever the first shit is. I know Virginia got a part in that. So on the flag, it's a dude with a spear standing over a king, somebody with a crown, literally standing on top of him with a crown. So if that's what we're taught to whenever a monarch or a king presents itself, it's a bad thing. That's how we're taught as Americans. So when a monarch or a king dies or a queen dies, it's a good thing because they represent everything about the old world that was wrong. You claim that God gave you divinity to rule over people. That's what a king is. You're only second to God. God put you in that position. Now we're a lot smarter. Time has traveled on and all that. We know that that's straight bullshit. So if your whole throne is built off bullshit and we know better, you do better, why are we still playing this game? Why are we still playing like this actual thing of king and queens? When honestly, you guys are just a bunch of inbred, nasty, pale motherfuckers that just fucking cousins all the time and die mad fast. Thank God you guys get all this fucking medical service and all this shit so the old bag can live until she's 96 years old. But like, it's gross what they got going on. And you people over there in England, and I'm not saying all of them or whatever, but there's a good enough people like talking about how they love these motherfuckers and all this shit. I'm like, why? Why? Like, what has he done for you? What have they done? Like, and what did they represent? Everything that's wrong. You got to tell me good shit that they do or a good thing that they represent. Like, you got to tell me. Maybe my circle is small because not one person that I know is really into this that even gives a shit about the queen. Not one person. Not one person.
Yeah. Same thing on my side, man. I don't really know too many people who actually care as much as they're portraying it on the news and different medias and whatever. From what I've seen, like even people in England themselves are like, yo, they really don't care. They're like, yo, she didn't mean much to them. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy that you have like one of my all-time favorite artists who have passed away, DMX, that actually like, I believe him and the King did die that same year.
Around the same time, yeah.
And DMX's death outshadowed him just to show y'all how much this is nothing but a formality over there. I don't know why everybody's fronting so much. This is not beside politicians trying to show good face. Like, if you're asking the people themselves, they really don't rock with it like that. Like,
nah.
It's crazy that they would even keep up this farce going on, that a queen holds so much and she's done all this good. She's from, what was it, the 20s? I want to say the 1920s. And you're not going to tell me God appointed this woman. She lived through all these different like eras in human civilizations, technological discoveries,
countless deaths,
World War I,
countless deaths on her watch.
All this other stuff. That like this is crazy. Invasion to Iraq. Like, I want y'all to actually think the 20s till now. Fuck cell phones. There's like a bunch of other shit that has not been invented yet. That is the era she's coming from. Like, I'm pretty sure electricity wasn't even in every house come the 20s.
Weren't we having a conversation about this, the phone being invented around that time? Some wild shit. I'm pretty sure the phone was probably around it, or the telegraph or something. But the fact that she's been around before like modern convenience, before the microwave, the what? I don't even know, the at-home washing machine. I don't even know what the fuck's been around, honestly, but I know she's been around longer. Like, if she was in the picture of when they were making the cotton gin, I'd believe it.
The list of inventions that shaped America in the 1920s included the automobile, the airplane, the washing machine, the radio, assembly line, refrigerator, garbage disposal, electric razor, instant camera, jukebox, and television.
So niggas weren't even flying like that when she was around.
No, they weren't. Bro, those are just a list of some of the ones that were invented back in the 1920s. That's how old she is. Yeah. So she got a whole bunch of experience to share, and I don't believe she shared it with the world how it did. Look at how fucked up half the shit the royal family's been done. Not to mention being caught up in sex scandals with fucking Weinstein, to racist remarks.
Not her, but the other people under the
other people in there and shit like that. You're telling me these people are appointed by God?
And this is appointed by God. That's because what other reason? How could you be a king? What other reason would make you a king? They're not kings because of what are they kings for? They're the best fighters. Like what are they? What are the kings? Why are they the kings?
Even historically, they weren't the best fighters. They weren't the smartest people. They weren't the best.
No, they weren't. They're just the most. They played like that show, the Game of Thrones, where there's power. There's power hanging up in the front. There's power just hanging there. You know what I'm saying? And you got one or two guys that probably worked really hard to start a kingdom. Whether it's somebody who really fought, somebody who really just brought people together, whatever. A whole lot of people work to make a kingdom, and one asshole tries to say that God put him there. His family fucking ends up ruling a little bit. He wins a couple skirmishes. He dies. His shitty kids try to take over. Their shitty kids try to take over. And by that time, there's a bunch of shitty inbred, nasty motherfuckers running around, dying fast, bleeding out, fucking getting sick from pneumonia, having Black Death, and fucking just doing the most and doing the worst. Like, motherfuckers coming out club feet, twisted eyes, fucking 19 fingers. Like, I don't know what it is. And then you got the people who love them. Not even like I can understand the people who are afraid, the people who are afraid to speak out, like the people who are just doing their jobs, and even those people are kind of fucked up and all that stuff. But the people that actually believe in their hearts that this country really needs a king and really needs a queen and really needs a royal family, those people are lost. Those people I really feel sorry for. Right. If a motherfucker comes out and says that the new king is a piece of shit, bro, I don't even understand why you would even
Your
try to
own
like
people
defend
in your own country is saying this. This ain't no elected official just there for 4 years. Nobody really know. This is like a whole lineage. This it's not like one. It is a whole lineage.
It is the definition of a lineage. And they don't do nothing. Like they're taking your tax money. We're not in the age of gods and myths and shit no more. We're in the age of cold, hard motherfucking cash. And you're giving up your tax money to these gross wrinkled fucks to go do whatever they want. Like what? Like they're not working. Yeah. They look down on you, they talk down to you, and you can't even complain about it while they dip into your pockets and take money out. Right. How does that sound? I can't comment about a motherfucker that's taking my money while the dumb asshole next to me is telling me to shut up. And I'm like, yo, fuck, first of all, fuck you, and fuck him, fuck both of y'all. Go suck him up. I don't want to be a part of you. If we should be able to voluntarily not buy into that shit. Let that dumb asshole go buy into it and let me live my life. I'm not supporting no crown, no divinity from God, no like what is it? That it's insulting. For the fact that you guys still have them running around, it's insulting to your own intelligence. Like it's like a spit in the face. Why are you still around? Why are you still anything? Like it's a joke. It's a joke. Like it's a joke. It's not funny no more. Like, cause what happens? What say the day comes when England or the UK or all that shit loses money? They ain't got no fucking money. Fucking China done fucking ass fucked them to smithereens to all their cash, and then where's the crown at? That shit ain't worth a goddamn thing. That motherfucker's just another gross pale nigga walking down the street in Britain on this cold fucking gray cloudy day. Like he's just another asshole. But you guys prop them up for what reason? Just to have somebody to prop up? Nigga, prop me up. I'm like everybody. Make me the king of England. Because they're the king, they're royalty for no fucking reason. Yeah. Royalty for no fucking reason. So why don't you guys put me? I guarantee you'll like me more than you like that. Put me in power, and I'm like,
as much disdain I gotta ask this question right now. Well, as much disdain you're showing for the royalty, if they did give you the crown, are you turning it down?
If they gave me the crown, no, I wouldn't turn it down. I would take it and actually do the wildest shit with it. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, we'll move this over here. Oh, spotted dick and T trousers and all this other. I'm not doing that shit, bro. I'm turning up for like as long as I'm king. They're going like I'm gonna fuck up the whole UK. Like it's going to be like, and people are gonna love it, man. Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Give me a chance.
Yeah. DIV for king, man. Let's go.
DIV for king of the UK. I know nothing about your culture. I know nothing about your people. I barely think y'all are real. But when I go over there, I promise you, I will do my gosh darn American best to turn the UK into something respectable like the US. I'll do it. I'll take that bullet.
I don't think the US is the best example, man. Actually,
I'm a red-blooded goddamn American, and I believe red, white, and blue.
The ideology, the system, in thought is probably one of the best out there. It is. The US is one of the best. Like we actually
in practice, not so much, but the idea.
The idea of it is fucking phenomenal, man. Like nobody can really. Actually, now we still got people that can say like.
But look, the reason but who else has produced like America? Nobody else has produced like America. Granted, we've been left alone on our little side of the planet. But that being said, still, we've achieved so much. I mean, even the internet, we're sitting right here on the Zoom shit. Man, God bless America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know if the internet was created in America, though.
The internet? Yeah, of course it was. It was created in World War II when they were sending messages over to go fight the Germans. They were doing shit in secret code. And it's the first time they're sending transmissions from one computer to the next. Some shit. That's what they're talking about, how they had Native Americans working there because Germans don't speak Apache or whatever. So they had Indians working in World War II sending messages in Apache or whatever Native American languages. Because that's only found in America, and the Germans can't decide.
You know what? I let my prejudices get ahead of me, and I thought the internet was created in India. My bad.
In what?
in India.
Nigga, bro, why would you even think that? Like,
Every time I call for IT support, they're like, hello. Hey,
hello. How may I help you? How may I help you? Sorry, we do not do that. We cannot fix your IT support. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. I gotta work on my Punjabi accent or whatever.
My Apu accent.
My Apu. Would you like a smooshy with that?
Oh, what else we got in the news, man? What's going on?
No, I was gonna move right into it.
Okay,
Just want to clarify. I love all the memes that are coming out about the Queen. Those memes are hilarious. I'm not even gonna go over them. You guys know. I think there's one way she get crossed up by like Kobe in heaven or something like that, bro. These memes are some other shit, bro. Like mad disrespectful. All right, moving on to a more, I guess, a darker subject. I mean, we still talking about that, and this is literally something just happening. So I'm not even saying too much. I don't know how much Spider-Man is gonna say, but I know I'm not gonna say too much, and I'm pretty sure he's not gonna say too much. Yeah. We don't have all informations about it, but it literally just came out, and this is kind of one of the reasons why we haven't been on live in a minute, but we want to hop back on it and kind of address this because it's something that literally just happened. So, reports have come in from all your favorite bloggers out there, you know, all over YouTube, all over Twitter, all over IG, and for some of y'all who still on Facebook torturing yourselves. Look, news has come out and said that the superstar rapper PNB Rock, if y'all don't know who PNB Rock is, he was a rapper that came out a couple years back. You know, he came out in a group of rappers like around the same time A Boogie with a Hoodie came out, Lil Yachty, a lot of guys around that time period. He was kind of in that class, you know. PNB Rock was around that time. You got Lil Uzis, you got the Kodaks, you got a lot of the guys from that time period. XXX, Tentacion, they were real close. PNB Rock and XX, real close. So, and it's kind of sad that X died, and now fast forward a couple years later, PNB Rock is not dead yet, but from what I've seen, the video is disturbing as shit. It looks like he's trying to fight for his life because he's still moving in the video that I seen. Hopefully he's still breathing as I speak right now, but it's tragic hearing what we heard. So apparently PNB Rock went to LA, and you've heard, you know, LA's been going wild this summer. This summer's been, and every summer pretty much in LA's
I remember a couple summers back, the cops actually put out a thing saying warning people from visiting LA how bad crime was.
Yeah, I think I heard about that. Wasn't that the All-Star Weekend? It was the All-Star Weekend they had in LA a couple years back. Yeah, it was wild. Like people were getting their cars stolen, like tires, rims stolen off of blocks, or the car put on blocks and shit. People were getting robbed all All-Star Weekend. So, I guess let me take a step back. Right? People have been going to LA, and rappers in particular have been getting robbed. A lot of problems been happening in LA. A lot of rappers been getting killed, shot, and whatnot in LA. You know, most recently, Pop Smoke died in LA, or he died over in California. You know, famously, Tupac got shot. Oh, he got shot in Vegas, but Biggie died in. Didn't Biggie die in LA too? Yeah, Biggie died in LA. So it's not new for this to be happening, but the frequency that it's happening at is insane. Like rappers, not just people, but rappers are getting killed a lot. And a lot of it has to do with Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot. But let me keep the story going. PNB Rock's out in LA. He's out there for a couple of days. I guess he's been out there for a couple of days. He's with his girl. They're at a restaurant. They're at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Apparently, dudes run into Waffles, or somebody runs into Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Go straight after PNB Rock. There's other people inside the store. He goes straight for PNB Rock. Shoots PNB Rock, takes his chain, and flees. Right? Place full of people. Nobody else gets hit. Nobody else gets shot. Nothing else. Right? So surveillance videos is out. Most likely you're gonna catch the dude. They probably know what the dude looks like. A whole lot of people probably seen it. Right? The thing is, people are wondering, how did PNB Rock just get robbed out of nowhere? Why does this dude go straight in there and do this? Apparently, PNB Rock's girl put out the location of where they're at on Instagram, on social media, right?
Yeah.
people now believe that because of that, the guy who robbed PNB Rock probably seen it and knew where PNB Rock was and had to drop on him. And this even pushes the narrative even further. People saying that his girl set him up because they had like some altercation prior to this situation or something like that. I don't know much about that, so whatever.
Honestly, like I said about it, that's a fair assessment to make. That is honestly a fair one, knowing that there's Pop Smoke himself. They reverse like what Google.
They say he put out the location of his place too.
Yeah, they checked that from just going from checking the location and going off of it because it wasn't like right point to point location. It was like more of a general area, but they also went and Google searched the picture, the background of the picture was able to tell where it's from. So I wouldn't put that outside of the realm of possibility. I say it's a strong possibility that maybe she was working with the ops or she could not be working with the ops. And they just looked up the picture and was like, hey, this is what it is. But it's also fair to assume that, hey, it could have just been like somebody saw him walking, somebody hit them on the phone, like, yo, I saw him going this like goddamn Roscoe's right quick, man.
Yeah.
And they just ran up on him like that. Because I'm pretty
PNB
sure
Rock is famous, so yeah.
So there's a lot of people coming in and out of there. I'm pretty sure there was people in there snapping pictures of him when he came in and shit. He's a pretty well-known dude. Not only that, man, so that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's really that the chick herself set him up. I still say it's possible.
I'm kind of leaning towards it was just she was just negligent in what she was putting out on the internet.
Yeah.
And I think she put that out thinking that everything was okay. And once she put it out, somebody probably seen it. Because if you are in LA, like I've been to LA and I feel like everybody's kind of tapped in with entertainers, music, and movies and all that type of shit. I feel like down to the most lowest motherfucker to the biggest star, everybody kind of knows a little bit about what entertainment is real big over there. So you're kind of a famous person. I feel like your fame is kind of bright in LA. And it's not beyond the pale of a person who's a stick-up kid that's who knows rappers and knows hip hop will probably be following rappers or following their girls in social media. Like it's nothing crazy. That's not
part. You know what? Part of me feels like once they catch this dude, or if they do catch him, it's gonna come out that he's a rapper himself.
That would definitely explain a lot as far as him knowing how to find PNB Rock and knowing, because if you pay attention to hip hop even a little bit, you will know these things. You will know about like rappers talking about dropping the location, rappers getting robbed at locations. You know all this shit. So, there's no way that you're not involved with hip hop or involved with music and not know about the ties that it has to social media.
Yeah, but then that's what I want to get into because people are so involved with it. I'm pretty sure he usually doesn't move quiet around LA neither. It's not like he's there, mask on, hoodie on, and just say, I don't want nobody to disturb me. I'm pretty sure he's more of a loud, outspoken dude where everybody's gonna know.
I don't think so. I think PNB Rock, I don't think he's a boastful dude, but I don't think he's a gaudy person that's just out here making the most.
I'm not talking like Tekashi moving around where I'm throwing out money, everybody going know me. I ain't scared of no rappers.
Right, like just moving around like with no security and all that type of shit. Just being like I'm out here and promoting yourself while you're out in LA. Like you're on the internet promoting yourself and all that type of shit, right?
Yeah, I feel like he's not as bad as Tekashi, but I feel like he is one of them dudes that will be out there. If he's out, he's gonna let you know that he's out.
Okay, so
at least locally, he's probably not dropping his exact location where he's gonna be at, but if he shows up at the Roscoe, he's gonna be like, yo, it's PNB Rock. Yeah, man, it's PNB Rock and shit.
But you don't think other famous people also show up there too? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like LA is a place where you most, it's like New York.
Well, now this is where we gotta start dividing people up against how different famous people move. Because I'm pretty
sure. All right, but listen to me. Listen to what I'm saying, right? You have New York City, right? If you're in Manhattan, there's a high chance that you might see somebody famous, right? Yeah. And for the most part, people who live in that area are used to famous people being there. They're used to it. Nobody's gonna be tripping really that much if they see somebody they know, right? And PNB Rock is famous, but he's not like The Rock, where if The Rock shows up, it'll be like a swarm of people like chasing him down. Majority of these rappers fans are like young kids when they're at their hottest. majority of them, their fans are like 12-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get older, their fans get older and they kind of phase out a little bit. So I don't see a lot of grown people chasing down PNB Rock, like, oh my God, all this other shit. But not even to like disrespect them or not like that. But I'm gonna go back to what I'm saying about certain areas, people aren't gonna react as crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of ties to what I'm saying. He's in LA, a lot of famous people in LA. I don't feel like he's gonna be as chased down and motherfuckers going crazy over him as if he was in like Newark, New Jersey or some shit, or Philly, or not even Philly, but like, you know, like
I'd say Philly. I would say Philly.
Yeah, and over there, he's from. I think he's from Jersey. He's from Jersey. He's from Philly. One of those. And I'm pretty sure there he probably would show up and people will mob him. But over there in LA, I'm pretty sure he's probably not gonna get mobbed like that. And then I'm gonna say I'm gonna go even further to add on to what you're saying, because there's a discussion that was going on the internet about it. Because like I said, people wanted to turn their attention from PNB Rock getting shot, and the dude who shot him, and trying to figure out really what's going on there. And they start trying to piece it together to moving on to what the girlfriend did and what's going on with her, and how she posted the video, or posted the location that they were at. And some people were saying, you guys don't know for a fact that the dude seen that or whatever, right? And people kept saying that, oh, PNB Rock's been posting his location for the past couple of days, right? He's been, because there's pictures of him like, oh, we're here, and they said that because he's been in LA for a while, so he's been posting pictures. But then people are saying that's normal. What is not normal is for you to post your fucking location while you're at that location. Yeah. Most rappers will post after they have already left. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna post while they're in the Gucci store. They're not gonna post while they're in the Lenox Mall. They're not gonna post while they're at Magic City. They're not gonna post while they're in Times Square or whatever, where other famous places rappers go to. They're not gonna post while they're there. They're gonna post after they've already left. So I think that's when people are digging so deep into it, they're like, you're missing what we're trying to say about the girlfriend. Maybe she's not setting him up. Maybe she's not doing this. But when you arguing that he's been posting pictures and all this about his trip, it doesn't hold as much weight, because if she's posting a picture in that moment, that's something foolish to do, especially when you're with a famous person. You know what I'm saying? To post where they're at is a problem. You know he has a lot of money on him. Yeah. He probably has like what, $20,000 chain around his neck. That's $2,000. That's money right in front of your face.
These rappers chains, you better go up higher than that. 20 grand.
Man, I'm saying, like, even $20,000 will have a motherfucker eat. Fuck that. $1,000 will have a nigga run for shooting you in the chest. Fact. You know what I'm saying? So say that he has
somebody's head, you could get that for $1,000 and below, man.
Man, a nigga will shoot you over some Jordans, nigga.
Yo, I know nigga got shot in the head for $200, man.
$200. $200.
Like that shit's wild. So it ain't cost a lot of money to put money on somebody's head, man.
And it don't cost a lot of money to rob somebody too.
Yeah, fact.
But the fact that this dude ran up inside a restaurant and just did what he did means that this man don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And the fact they got people out here in LA that don't give a fuck is crazy. It's crazy.
So with that being said, motherfuckers don't give a fuck in LA. That also goes into my argument when I was like, yo, it could have just been a coincidental thing, like a spur of the moment incident where dude just saw him. It was like, yo, I know this opportunist. I know this motherfucker got on a $20,000 plus chain on. I'm running up on this nigga right quick. Goes to grab the chain, don't go as easy as he thought, pull out the gun, bang. Now he leaking on the ground. And he
this just happened with Lil TJ. Remember the rapper Lil TJ? He got shot 7 times in the torso or some shit like that. Like just a couple months ago. He just managed to survive that shit, woke up out the coma or whatever. Like
similar incident happened with Sauce Walker.
Yep. Like, Sauce Walker was out in LA. If you want, you can tell us what you want.
No, you go ahead, man.
So Sauce Walker was out in LA. And if you guys don't know who Sauce Walker is, I don't know what your problem is. You should, So Sauce Walker was out in LA, And apparently from the story he gives, somebody rolled upon him and his boy or something, rolled upon him trying to steal his chain, put a gun out on him, and threatened to shoot him. Sauce Walker fought the dude off. And I don't know if he wrestled a gun from him or whatever, but he fought the dude off. The dude ran off after he fought him off. And as he was running down the street, the dude he fought off ran into another guy and decided he's going to try and rob him, as of robbing him and killing him and then running off again. And I'm not too sure.
That dude also fought back, though. That dude also fought back. He also fought back.
He also fought back, but Sauce Walker fought back. He won. The other dude fought back. He didn't win. And dude ran off, murdered somebody. And Sauce Walker basically told the story in his own way. Granted, it sounded kind of not exactly. He just worded it a certain kind of way. I'm not even gonna say, because he said what he said. You know what I'm saying? And he worded it a certain kind of way that was misinterpreted. And people, the family of the dude who got killed, and all this other shit, people were really getting pissed off at Sauce Walker. Like, yo, you're not telling the story right. You're sitting on my brother's name, my family member's name. You gotta fix that. What are you doing? Sauce Walker got on the internet, clarified, and look, when I told the story about what happened to me and what happened to that situation, motherfucker tried to rob me, I wasn't going. Tried to rob somebody else, killed them. What I'm trying to say is that some people ain't going, and I'm one of the niggas who ain't going. I wasn't trying to say I killed your family member like me and your family member got into it and I killed him. No, the motherfucker that your family member ran into, I ran into him too, and I handled his ass. There's no beef between me and bodying your family member. Like, I didn't do that. I just walked through my life, and that nigga ran off. It sucks that he ran into your family member and killed him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm one of them niggas that's not going. If a nigga pulls that shit on me, I'm fighting for my life. I don't know what your family member did. If he fought for his life, I'm like, that's all. I'm glad he fought for his life, and I'm upset that he lost his life. But me, I fought and I won this, and that's what he was trying to get out there. And I'm glad that he came out and clarified it and whatnot. But he's another example of the shit that's going on out there. There's a lot going on out there. There's a lot, and rappers are polarizing figures, so they're like targets. I don't know what to do about it. You go to LA, and what's the other thing with LA? It's you can't bring guns out to LA. Remember, you can't have a gun out to LA. You can't have a gun.
All the gun laws going on in LA and California as a whole, where you're pretty much gonna be on hella restrictions with weapons. You can't bring them in and all this. It's gonna be. They're trying to do it. I know Chicago got a shitload of gun laws going on, a whole bunch of new legislation going in that, which they believe California is going to follow suit too. So the more incidents like this happen, the more ammunition that you give into the politicians to make these restrictions on your ammunition, your weapons of semi-mass destruction. So to fix the problem out there in LA, it's going to have to be a whole culture shift, man. You're going to have to shift the paradigm a little bit for that.
Yeah.
Because it's not even like the big name rappers, even like the local legends are getting killed off like nothing. Like nobody gives a fuck about nobody. Like to be honest, I'm not from LA. I don't live out in LA, but I'm gonna give y'all an outside person's perspective. Y'all don't give a fuck about nothing. Y'all don't give a fuck about your own people. Y'all don't give a fuck about people coming in. That's basically what I'm hearing about Los Angeles, man. And y'all don't even respect y'all OGs out there. That's a crazy thing. Y'all don't even respect them. Y'all preach this whole crazy ass gang code you're always hearing people talk about, but then y'all turn around and just fucking ignore it completely or just say
it's only there when they're on a documentary and trying to sound like
good in rap songs. It sounds good on a documentary. Outside of that, man, they don't give a fuck. That's basically outside looking in, man.
Yeah.
Like Chicago is wild, but I feel like there's still more like actual culture to Chicago.
Yeah, I feel like Chicago. Yeah, I feel like the culture in Chicago is like strong. I feel like what's going on in LA is like a bunch of people trying to be opportunistic. A lot of people trying to take advantage of a lot of people, whether it's gang culture, the entertainment world, street world, no matter what it is. It's for some reason
back to what we were
in
saying,
LA culture or in California culture.
It sounded good back in the day where y'all keep claiming this is where all this shit originated and all this other shit. Sounds good, but you know what? Nobody gives a fuck no more.
A lot of
Especially
predatory
LA.
behavior.
Just like with the Queen in England, to bring it back full circle. Nobody
circle.
gives a fuck no more. Y'all are just there for show. Y'all are
And
just there to fucking show out. LA, just there to fucking show out. Nobody
there to
really
show
gives
out.
a fuck about the code, man. No, y'all don't.
Yo, it just came out about the whole Ray J was just talking about this. Ray J, Kim Kardashian. Ray J was like, bro, the sex tape came out, and Kim Kardashian's mother was managing the whole sex tape scandal from beginning to end. She watched her daughter get fucked by Ray J. I was like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. Bro, that shit
scenes and everything.
Like, how do you?
They actually had to retape it at one point too.
Yes. Yo, how do you? And that's what I'm talking about with LA. Like,
a bunch of soulless motherfuckers who just don't get. And that shit, they make it sound cool, but it's really not. It's a fucked up ass place to be at, man. Like,
and you know what? I'm starting to realize that I used to think Washington, Seattle. I used to think Seattle was weird. I used to think like, oh, people from Seattle are weird. All the way up there in Washington State and all that stuff with they got the weird shit over there. You know what I'm saying? They got superheroes and all types of weird stuff out there. They got that Chad shit, that fucking land that they do whatever. I believe it. Like motherfuckers from Seattle are a little bit weird. But that whole West Coast of America is young. That whole West Coast of America is like newer, is younger, it's not as old colonial as the East Coast and got the whole East Coast vibe. There's a whole different vibe over there.
Yeah.
They're weird over there. Shit is weird over there. It's weird over there. If you've been living on the East Coast for the majority of your life, you will go over there and you will think shit is weird. Because the way people act, the way how they conduct themselves and how predator I don't know.
Their whole mind frame, the West Coast mind frame.
It's different mind frame, bro.
It's different. Man. Back in the day, I used to think it's done besides surfer dudes out in California and shit. Come to find out, furthest thing from the truth, man. Furthest thing, man. Like California.
It's a lot of bums, a lot of smog, a lot of heat, and a lot of like fake
traffic.
And a lot of coke
traffic.
And traffic. Coke, traffic, smog, homeless people, and fakeness.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, everybody doing everything for clout, man. Like for real, man. Like
yeah. And a lot of girls with fake tits. I don't see that many fake tits on the East Coast unless I'm like in New York. I'm not even lying to you. If I'm not in New York, I don't see fake. I go to Massachusetts, I go to upstate New York, I go to Jersey, whatever. Philly is like fake asses, Jersey fake asses. But like other than New York, like when I went out to California, every girl had fake tits, bro. It's like fake tit central. And to me, it's like a normal thing. Like I'm like, to me, it's like this must be a normal thing out here. Because I just don't see that many fake titties when I'm over there.
It's part of their culture, their plastic surgery, them lifts and all that shit.
Yeah.
All part of the culture. It's culture.
I can understand Florida. Like I think Florida probably Florida's probably the only place you'll get that. Florida and Manhattan. God, I think like between Florida and like New York or Miami and Manhattan, in the space between it is just fake asses. You know what I'm saying? From Jersey down to
you said fake asses?
Florida.
I'm gonna say most of the girls on the East Coast got real asses. I'm gonna say yeah.
Bro, you go to any major city on the East Coast now, you will find bitches with fake asses. Atlanta, fake asses. And Jersey, fake asses.
Atlanta's an exception to the rule, man. But most of the girls, I'm gonna say, if you want an all-natural girl, East Coast is more the way. You're more likely to find it. No fake ass, no fake titties and shit. The most you might get is like maybe a lipo done or some shit like that. But as far as like full on,
I guess getting a natural body chick, you probably find it on it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to.
And that's more towards black girls. Like if you're looking for the black girls and shit. Unless you go into like Central America, but you don't know what the fuck you're gonna find in there. Like that's all the thing. Like,
Central America, that's assy, fake ass, fake titties all over the place. Silicone injections into your muscles, silicone injections into your dick, silicone injections into your lips. I'm
talking about like Hurricane Alley and Tornado Central type of Central America. Like fucking
like Panama or some shit. Like, what do you mean?
No. I don't mean. Oh, not Central America. Central United States.
Oh, Central United States. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where you don't know what the fuck.
That's not the. All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, hold on. I don't think we're talking about the same place, man.
Yeah, nah, I'm thinking
talking
about
like Missouri,
Brazil
Kansas, Oklahoma,
Nah.
Colorado.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
middle
get
middle of America. Then did we not say Central?
Yeah.
Middle.
Middle America or the South of Middle America, I guess, or Middle America. You'll probably, bro. I don't know what you're gonna find out there. Like, there's probably some attractive women, but like, like in a big group, nah. You probably have like Becky Sue, the hottest chick in town, and Cindy Smith, the fucking second hottest chick in town. Like, and that's pretty much it. It's like a big steep drop off after that. So, whoo, hey, I'm not gonna complain about it, about BBLs or fake tits or whatever. I recently found out.
I ain't complaining about the shit, man. All I'm just saying, if you're looking for the naturals, especially black girls, I say you go along the East Coast, man, north to south. You might even find one up in Maine. I don't know. I ain't never been to Maine. I ain't never met nobody from Maine.
I'll tell you right now, you ain't finding shit. You'll probably find a cute girl, and you still probably won't like her. You'll go up to Maine and be like, yo, this girl sucks. Like, you ain't gonna find shit in Maine, bro. You can go up there if you want to hide and just do drugs. If you want to do like what's that shit called? DMT or whatever. What's that shit called? DMT, like acid but stronger.
Yeah.
Whatever that shit is, you go up there, drip that shit out your tongue, and trip out in the fucking wilderness.
Well, I thought you was gonna say you drip that shit in your eyes and.
Oh, nigga, that shit'll probably eat out your eyeball. That shit'll probably eat that shit out. You know what
I thought you was gonna be like, yo, you drop that shit in your eyes and you're like, let's go. I can see the fucking rainbow. I can see the sound waves.
And that's the last thing you're gonna see. Or you just see a rainbow for the rest of your life.
I'm watching everything in Technicolor right now, man. Let's go.
I see it Technicolor. I mean, technically, we all see it Technicolor, don't we? No, whatever.
Man, but that shit's crazy, man.
Stay safe. You know, stay safe out here. Stay safe. The queen ain't gonna protect you. These girls with these BBLs might set you up by dropping locations.
Yeah.
Just stay on the East Coast. Actually, there's no place to stay. West Coast is wild. East Coast, I know it better than. I guess maybe because we just know the East Coast. Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, we could be hella biased right now, just be sharing for the East Coast.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I go over there and there's just something that's not as.
I'll be honest with you. California is fucking overhyped, man. Cali is overhyped.
It's overhyped.
It is overhyped.
It's very overhyped.
Like it wasn't nothing over there that I was just like, oh my fucking God, California. Nah, I went out there, I was like, all right, cool. You know what? I've seen this on TV. That's dope. Hell yeah, there goes Compton. What's that? The Oakland Raiders fucking stadium? X-Stadium? Yeah. Been out there and shit, man. Like, all right, cool. It's dope. Though I get to see a lot of like different foods, I guess. That's what they got different foods. But even with the foods ain't even all that amazing, man. Like I fucking come back to the East Coast, get me some real food, man. Yo,
yeah, and I've never seen smog, bro. I don't think I've expressed how crazy that shit is. But if anybody out there in YouTube land watching this shit, y'all go out to California, go hike on a big ass hill. When you get to the top of that hill and you look over and see what this fucking city looks like, how LA looks, bro, it's a literal cloud over that shit, a smog. Like,
it don't look as good as that skyline in the pictures y'all be seeing.
Bro, it's not. Yeah,
they Photoshop that shit, take the smog out.
Yeah, the smog is heavy with the shit out there. On a nice morning, nigga, you will see nothing but brownish gray clouds flowing through the skyline.
Yo, I thought I had trouble breathing in fucking Colorado because of the altitude. When I went out to Cali, that smog, I was like, what the fuck? Like, the fuck is this? I'm like, I'm surprised half of y'all ain't got fucking lung cancer right now. Like, that shit is ridiculous. Like,
yeah, I don't think LA is not for me. And I dig California as a whole, but like
Cali is not a place to live to me. To me, Cali is not a place to live. That's more like a vacation. You about to go.
Yeah, it's more like a vacation.
Shit, man, I'm out in California and shit. I can't live in Cali. I can't. There's too many fucking weird. There's too much.
Yeah, too much.
motherfuckers getting robbed left and right, and then the police is coming out. I'm not even a fan of the cops like that. I'm not even going for. I'm not even a fan like. But the cops is coming out and say, "Hey, we can't protect y'all.
Yeah, we can't do shit for y'all right now.
So,
we got helicopters, but you know, once a nigga runs into a fucking parking lot, it's a wrap. Like once he runs into a 3-story parking lot, we can't do shit. Like it's a wrap because I don't know what side of the parking lot he's jumping out.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
and we can only chase one man at a time. Like it's just like that's the cops
need the whole force to chase this one man. Like, bro, this shit is wild, man. Like,
yeah.
And it don't
crazy time we
live
living in.
Beating niggas left and right too, man. Like, not only that, you're getting robbed left and right. You got a high chance of getting beat down by the cops. Shit's hella expensive over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
they said they can't even use power. You gotta turn off your electricity. Oh, that's another funny thing. They said, did you hear about in California that they said about like what is it, 2032 or some shit like that? There's not gonna be able to sell gas-powered cars no more.
2035, you're not gonna be able to have gas. They're not selling gas-powered any cars anymore. They're trying to ban them as a whole too.
And right now, you know what's going on? How they're trying to conserve power. Right now, they're telling everybody to basically just roll back your electricity usage, turn off your power at this time.
What's the first thing I thought about when I heard that, when I read that article?
What?
I remember hearing about this serial killer. I want to say it was the Night Stalker. I'm not 100% sure. But back in like the 80s, during the whole serial killer era, that's how he was operating. He would go, because like they used to turn off certain parts of the city to help conserve power, like the rolling blackouts in California. Yeah. He would go to those areas that they turn off power, because guess what? You can't call the cops. There's no electricity, and that's where he would be committing his crimes. That's the first thing that popped into my mind. I forgot where the fuck I heard that from.
It's probably a fact, because that nigga was climbing through people's fucking windows. Yeah. My boy's name was almost named Richard. Like his last, his last name was Ramirez, and his I guess they almost called him Richard. And so he was born. I guess he was born around it, like I guess like a month before that shit was going on. His mom was like pregnant with him or some shit, and Richard Ramirez came out and was just climbing through windows and raping people. And then he was born. They're like, oh, let's call him Richard. And I guess the people in the hospital was like, no. Or his family members, the other family members were there like, no, you can't name him Richard. You gotta name him something else. You can't name him that. Yeah. And it was crazy about the Night Stalker. And I'm not trying to turn this to a Night Stalker talk, but like this dude did what he did, and there were still motherfucking women that wanted to date this nigga when he went to jail and all this shit. Like this dude was putting devil symbols and acting all fucking crazy, and I'm gonna scare fucking, I'm gonna kill, die, and all the people, Satan, like everybody's all scared of this motherfucker because he's like, I'm a Satan.
That's normal as long as you're a good-looking person, somewhat decent looking, you can look presentable.
Bro, that nigga didn't look good. That nigga was ugly as fuck, and he sounded like shit.
Bro, look at Ted Bundy. That motherfucker had bitches left and right all over him.
Yo, the 70s was a different time. You could be ugly as shit and niggas still think you look good in the 70s. Yeah. Nigga, like, I see these serial killers, I'm like, who the fuck, women
being a white guy
really must love men. Because these niggas are ugly as fuck and women still find it. I don't understand what women see. When I see these dudes, I'm like, yo, what the fuck are y'all seeing? Like, I'll give it to women. Y'all must really be attracted to men. Because men are some ugly men. And I'm not one of them to judge how another nigga looks, whatever. But as a whole, niggas are ugly. I think most niggas is ugly. Like I don't know. But and that's fine. I guess women still like people or like men.
Because women don't look at men the same way, man. What do you guys understand this? They don't.
Yeah, they're not. I guess not.
But anyways, we getting off topic, man. We getting way off topic from PNB Rock and the Queen and fucking full circles and divergence and shit, man.
Yeah, well, let's wrap this up. Let's get up out of here, man. You knocked out this live. Unless there's anything you want to, extreme, anything you want to take to the next extreme level.
Hell, fuck it. Let's go. One more topic, man.
One more extreme topic.
We should get rid of all standards when it comes to sports. Get rid of all of them Everybody, any weight class, any fucking gender, any fucking ideology, just fucking go at it. Either that or you created a brand new category for the brand new gender that's out there that's being represented right now.
So, all right, I'm gonna say that we kind of already do that, even though we shuffle it and divide it up. Still, they consider the heavyweight champ the best in the world.
You're only thinking in two categories though.
No, I'm not.
If that's the case, create a third category for the transgender athletes.
You don't need to. It's decided. No, you don't. It's decided that look.
Because going off of the current rules right now, it's not fair. It is
okay.
Fair.
If you're talking about just for transgenders, then okay, fine.
I'm talking as a whole.
You say everybody should get to this big ass free for all and bang it out. I'm already telling you.
That is fucking equality right there.
That's what it is now, though. But that's what it is.
It's not equality right now.
Yes,
it's not equality.
That's what it is.
Because you have a male who will transition to a woman going to and women within his weight class or her weight class, women within her weight class, they will be dominating.
All right, hold on. Do you need
that is a fact that like
women? All right. Somebody
honestly, any one of y'all that could Google this right now. The number of men that transitioned into women and broke all these fucking records, competing in supposedly their weight classes, their fair category, they set records, they break records, they dominate in that event, that sport, they dominate in that. On the opposite end, where women transition into men, they don't dominate. So it's not fair to them. To them themselves, that's not fair. It's not
so
fair.
What's gonna change if it's a free fall?
If it's a free for all, nobody can complain about shit because everybody's doing the same.
So you're making it a free for all. You're making it more messy just so people can't complain.
Facts.
But it's already cleaned up.
And plus, I would personally love to see, in a free for all society, I would be rooting for female athletes like nobody's business. Because the more I see them going up higher, I'll be like, God damn, yo, that's a fucking badass idea. Now that she's taking on women, trans people, and fucking men, yo, this is fucking gold. I need this fucking poster. I want to get that autograph. I want to buy her jersey. I want to get her shoes, whatever. No fucking matter. I will be rooting for that person.
So I gotta ask the question: do you think realistically there will ever be say that tomorrow free fall? Will a woman ever become heavyweight champ in a free fall?
I believe it's possible. Will it happen?
It hasn't happened.
It's not impossible. It's just improbable.
Now look, in the past 20,000 years, however long humans been, 40,000 years, however long we've been floating around the planet, right? However long humans been walking around this planet, there's never been or as long as combat sports, martial arts been a thing, there's never been a female heavyweight champ. There's never been. Why hasn't there ever been?
There's been female heavyweight champs in female categories. In female categories, but
not female heavyweight champ, a female heavyweight champ of the world, not a female heavyweight champ. Wait, not a female winning a female title, a female winning the title, like title that men win, like her winning that title, not just for a female.
You say that you are at the apex, nobody else is.
You are at the apex of human combat sports. You are the best at human combat sports.
No, there hasn't been one. You know why? Because they kept the walls up. Break them fucking walls down and get them women.
They kept the walls up. Hey, women have always been able to lift heavy shit. If they wanted to be the best powerlifter in the world, they go lift some heavy shit.
You know what that tells me? All that tells me, they just need to train. They just need to train harder. That's it.
Okay, so
build up their muscle mass.
So nothing will change. Nothing will change then. If you have a free for all, the only thing you're doing is getting rid of that.
I guarantee you. You're missing. That's the beautiful thing about humans. The adaptability is fucking crazy high for humans. It is fucking crazy high. Humans themselves are not great at a lot. One thing they are good at is adapting. So it won't be happening.
One thing that's crazy.
It will not be happening no time soon. But it will happen. I believe it will happen that a woman will be able to become heavyweight champion.
You gotta say shit within your lifetime, because you can say whatever you want to say, and will be all different. Because motherfuckers like doing that shit. No. Because motherfuckers like doing that shit in hip hop. I remember back in the day, they're like, oh, especially with that XXXTentacion, like, oh, he talking shit online. Somebody gonna handle him. Somebody gonna do this. You mark my words, nigga. Fuck you. If a nigga's involved with street shit and hot headed and all that, I don't need you to give me the forecast, nigga. I know it's gonna happen. And you saying, oh, that's like me saying, you keep doing bad shit and someday you're gonna die. No shit, we're all gonna die at some point. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta give me a specific time when that bitch is gonna heavyweight. You can't tell me shit when you're gonna be dead and I'm gonna be dead. Nigga, you can't prove that. Nigga, you can't. So there are lifetimes you can tell me something that's gonna happen for real.
And then in my lifetime, again, improbable. Improbable. But I believe it can happen within our lifetime. I believe it can happen.
I don't believe
it. Main reason because there are a shitload of strong women out there doing like them powerlifting. No.
What about this? What? You just told me they
hold
got
on. Hold on. Okay, let me clarify this. Yes, there are trans people out there, but the chances, because now we got to go into ratios and chances and all this other shit. I don't see it impossible within the next 200 years that I'm alive, because you know I'm fucking ancient already. I got 200 more years left. That some of these women who are like powerlifters in the Olympics cannot enter a tournament at a given time when people. So as long as there's not nobody like fucking Mark Henry, Brock Lesnar, anybody entering the fighting tournament, they have a chance of winning it. If we're talking about
nigga, Brock Lesnar is not even the top athletic nigga.
He's not the top. I'm just naming out big niggas right now.
Mark Henry's actually okay. Oh no, I'm just saying Mark Henry's actually an athlete in that powerlifting shit. Brock Lesnar's a big ass nigga. That's it. He played football for a little bit and then stopped and went to the WWE. And then niggas fast tracked him through the UFC where he got fucking his ankle tore up by Frank Mir, his first match. Literally knew nothing about jiu-jitsu, got his leg twisted up and tapped out. Like, niggas be hyping up Brock Lesnar like this nigga. Bro, Cain put the beats on that nigga. Cain Velasquez, not Cain for wrestling. Cain Velasquez, the heavyweight, the pretty much the greatest heavyweight champ in the UFC, beat the piss out of Brock Lesnar. Randy Couture beat Brock Lesnar.
Listen, I just grabbed some names of people who are strong. They're both wrestlers. You saw the pool I went to.
Yeah, okay.
I just named two big ass wrestlers. That's it. Undertaker's strong. He's tall, but he doesn't look cock diesel. So you know what? I went with Brock Lesnar. Mark Henry, pure power when you look at him.
Yeah, Mark, that motherfucker is all muscle. That nigga's a walking muscle with a thin layer of fat over.
So let's just cite some of them people over there, like them pure powerhouse men going to there. I don't see it's impossible that she could, like a power lifter who's been training their whole life, goes into a martial arts tournament and is going up against like average boxers and stuff. And when I say average, I mean average build. So that the gap is a lot closer than her end up going up against somebody like that's just fully.
So how come she gets to be stellar, but her
no. I'm just you're asking me if it's possible. And I'm telling you the route I see where it's possible.
Okay.
This is just the route that I see it possible. Okay? Because most fighters are not cock diesel fucking Mark Henry big and shit. Most fighters aren't.
Yeah.
They have a certain general frame. And a female of that type will be closer to that gap and be able to put up a fight then. Opposed to, hey, Mark Henry, fuck it. It's over for a lot of motherfuckers. It's over. Mark Henry hands up, you get somebody else his side, it's fucking over. So yeah, in a tournament like that, I guarantee you Mayweather ain't winning that shit. I guarantee he ain't winning that shit. No, you take away all the fucking rules and shit.
It's gonna be a bunch of big dudes swinging at each other. That's what it's gonna be.
That's what I'm telling you. So unless for some reason all them super powerhouses, 300 plus pounds, fucking 15% body fat type motherfuckers, like, you know what? I'm going in next year. And then she's able to go against other people who are closer to her build, then yes, she has a chance. She has a chance. So I'm not gonna say it's impossible.
But then why
most fighters
Floyd
have a
Mayweather?
general build.
I said, whatever. I'm just saying, if you're gonna say Floyd Mayweather, literally the greatest boxer of all time, doesn't have a chance, but you're gonna tell her this trainee, if she got this, she's gonna have a chance. Don't tell me she has a chance when you just told me that Floyd Mayweather don't got a chance. If he ain't got a chance, that bitch ain't got a chance.
I'm talking about she's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. The power, lifting power.
Bro, she could.
I'm talking
about yo, did you see Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul? Me and Logan Paul are the same height. Used to watch it. Me and Logan Paul are the same height. He's 6'2", I'm 6'2". Watch Floyd Mayweather, what he did to him, and tell me if Floyd Mayweather will fuck up a nigga almost 2 times bigger than him. Like, Logan Paul's a pretty big nigga, or white dude, and he still got kind of pieced up by Floyd Mayweather, like, bad. When you really talk about skill, and the shit niggas be seeing in anime, are niggas jumping off the wall.
Oh, hell nah. All the anime shit out the fucking window. It's all right. You niggas is like, I want to see somebody doing the Naruto run on somebody in top fight. Face first, hands back. Oh, that felt good. That felt good. Stick your face out again.
They gotta get him off the ground and go. That kind of hurt a little bit. Let's try this on for size.
Yo, but again, it has to be a very set criteria, because again, she has to have the power, and she better be able to take a punch. I'm not even gonna say she has to have like the greatest technique ever, because me and technique ain't the best of friends, and on the basis that I don't believe technique beats power. So she has to have good stamina, defense, and strength behind it. And
nigga, who is this mythical trainee that you're talking about, bro? Like,
why gotta be a chance? Why gotta be a chance first?
Because I thought that's what you were talking. I thought that's what you were saying.
I'm talking about a full-born woman.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Honestly, a transitional woman, I believe, has a pretty good chance to win. A
transitional woman.
Oh, a man that transitions into a woman.
Yeah, I think
has a good chance of winning.
As long as they didn't just take one of them hormone suppressing pills or whatever, they might get the ass kicked after they take one of them. But either way, they said that doesn't really make it that much of a difference.
So with that, so the biggest underdog category throughout the whole thing to me will be, actually no, regular women would not be the most underdog category. The most underdog category would be the women who transitioned into men, I believe.
They cannot even fucking compete, bro. Like,
that's what I'm saying. They would be the biggest underdog category, but I would say women would be the one that had the would be the underdog, and I would I would honestly love to see a woman going up there challenging some of these dudes that hold their fucking on. Would that really happen? No. More than likely you're gonna get her shit rocked. And then by the semifinals, before even the semifinals, then the fucking eliminations. They gone.
Bro, and I feel like you don't understand. Not that you don't understand, but human nature, like when shit is, the pressure's on, like they will go after the weakest person. And if they like, if it's like a big ass Royal Rumble,
and what? Okay, continue.
If it's a big ass Royal Rumble, and you see like, all right, we try to win this shit, and you see like, you see like a chick over there, like, bro, most likely you gonna go over there and hit that bitch with a lariat. She gonna spin across your forearm, and then you gonna throw her somewhere.
Yeah, like, I'm still not gonna say it's impossible. I still think
it's not impossible, but it's just hasn't happened in all these years.
But then that goes back to what I was saying about humans being adaptable as fuck. It's like once you set that bar, set that standard, they're gonna have to overcome it. They are going to have to overcome it. If you truly want it bad enough, you're gonna have to overcome it. LeBron James had to overcome a lot of shit for him to get to where the fuck he was. You had this. You had to set these bars. Michael Jordan set them bars. Fucking Shawn Michaels had to set them bars. You had to set the standards somewhere. I haven't named off no women because I don't really follow female athletes. So
I think.
Oh, boom.
No,
Venus and Serena Williams had to set standards. You have to have a certain standard, and then you got to go above that. Fucking Flojo. There was already a standard set for how fast they believe women can run. Flojo destroyed that. Shelly Ann destroyed that. Like,
that dude that put on that wig and decided to go swimming destroyed that.
Yeah, facts.
That record accounts with them girls destroyed that.
So you know what that told me? Now women see that this dude this trans person is now holding the current title. He did it like whatever time. They're like, yo, that is now the new goal for you to beat that record. And you tell me now in the swimming competition, you tell me women can't beat that? You tell me that's not possible? I guarantee you, soon enough, there will be a woman who comes out and that will smash that record.
Do you ever feel like you're asking, so you're telling me it's like the little engine that could, like they could make it if they work hard enough, but do you ever feel like there's just a ceiling for what women can do? And
but then that would say that there's a cap on what men can do too.
There is a cap. There is definitely a cap on what men can do. Like you go only like no, all right. So, but I don't think it's as set in stone as height. Like some people will just never.
You're telling somebody something that you can't do is you can't grow past whatever height you're set to grow. Okay,
but that's the thing. Your body can't do that. Your lungs can't take it in that much. Your lungs are not the size of a man's lungs. It's just like you're not the same.
No. That's it. Now you're saying. So what I just listed is something that every single last person can't do. You can't make yourself grow anymore. You can make yourself faster. You can make yourself lose more weight. You can make yourself stronger. Those are things that you can't control.
Comparable.
So yes, I believe there is. No, because every time somebody reaches a limit, there is somebody else who could do what they do and then push past that. There's been proven time and time again. Look at all these world records people have set.
But those have been done by the same standard. Like when a dude.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so if a man scores 100 points in one basketball game, the next game, like a couple years later, another dude scores 110 points. And a couple years later, somebody scored 115 points in the first game. Now with the women, the first female scored 30 points. That's a new record. Next year, a woman scored 60 points. You're telling me that a better version won't come out soon enough for that one event? I'm telling you, the only reason why men are dominating so far right now is because the standards for women haven't been there. With you eliminating all the rules, the standard has been set. You're not gonna make it if you're not this fucking good. If you're not this fucking strong, you're not this fucking fast, you can't get away with, oh no, I don't want to train right now. You can't get away with all this other bullshit. The standard has been fucking set. This is it. You want to become world champion, you better be able to lift 300 fucking pounds. What's that girl gonna do? She's gonna go out and start training to lift 300 pounds. What's my next goal? Okay, I can lift 300 pounds down. I gotta be able to squat at least 700 pounds. I'm gonna start training to squat 700 pounds.
So you think women will be able to get to where men get to in the same amount of time? If you get a 50-year-old
part of it is the limitations that fuck, I sound like a fucking liberal right now. Part of it is literally the limitations that's been set on everybody by society right now.
So you think there's never been women that try to lift the same type of weight as Olympians?
No, they have been. They haven't achieved it because they just haven't. Just because the women, let me put it to you like this. Just because the women we've seen attempt to do it failed, does not mean there's not a woman out there that can do it. That's basically what I'm getting at.
And what I'm telling you is all the years that powerlifting has been a thing in the Olympics, there's never been a woman that has tried to, and there's definitely been women that have tried but failed. So what I'm trying to say is that it's not so much that they haven't tried, because I'm pretty sure a woman has probably seen a dude lift some crazy weight and like, oh, I want to try to do that, and still can't get to that.
Let me put it to you. Your thinking is like people thinking back in the 50s of what women can.
No, it's not even.
It is honestly that, because back then you wouldn't even think a woman could lift up a fucking box of.
But I know a woman because I know.
You know now. You know now.
All right, but even with the and this is going off.
You would know that. And again, you don't even know the full limitations of the human body. We don't know the full limitations. Right now though, them walls need to fucking come down, and these fucking women need to be held to a goddamn standard. They need to be held to a fucking standard, and the standard is,
nigga, fuck that standard.
You need to be able to knock these motherfucking niggas out. You need to be able to knock these bitches out. You need to knock them motherfuckers over there out. That's the fucking standard, and that's the fuck I want to see. I want to see a cock diesel chick walking through like, hey, bro, you fucking bumped into me. What up? And I'm not talking about some fucking crazy ass little yappy dog, little motherfucking female. I'm talking about a motherfucking 6'3", goddamn 400 pounds, 5% body fat, motherfucking female walking through, knocking motherfuckers out left and right. I want to see that shit.
It's not healthy for a female to have less than, what is it, 6% or 8%? Not me. Not that I think that is. I think that's what the recommended. Like
by a bunch of fucking non-weightlifting nerds. Do you hear who come up with these statistics? Nerds, scientists is nerds. They come up with all these fucking rules on what can and can't do, what's healthy, what's unhealthy. Motherfucker, you don't know my motherfucking life story. Fuck out of here, nerds. This conversation ain't for them nerds. This is motherfuckers who believe in pure power.
Straight power. Fucking thunder and lightning, baby. Not hypertype and all this LOL, FMAO, FR or FLM, or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Whatever the fuck it is. It's fucking nerd talk. I don't know that shit.
Silicon Valley, mother.
I know what it fucking feels like when a motherfucking nose gets pressed between my motherfucking knuckles, and then you feel the fucking blood oozing down your fingertips. I know what that feels like. Mixed with a little bit of snot, you might have a little boogers on you, flip that shit off. I know what it feels like. I know the sting of your fucking palm when you slap somebody in the fucking face. I know what that feels like. I know what that fucking feels like.
That stings.
Next time you get my fucking order right? Fucking play with you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's all about standards though. It's literally, that's all it is. If you put a goal in front of somebody, remember, boom, let's go back to anime. Dragon Ball Z, Goku and them training. Goku didn't know he could go Super Saiyan until he went Super Saiyan. After that, the standard got set. What did all the other Saiyans do? They met the standard. Goku took it up another level. What everybody else do? They met the new standards.
I just don't see it the same way. Even if you set a standard all you want.
If you told somebody you cannot go to bed until you ran 2 fucking miles, what's gonna happen? They're gonna go run that 2 fucking miles. They don't think that they can do it. They're gonna go out and go do the 2 fucking miles. Now after that,
I don't know what kind of motherfuckers you've been around, but if you tell a nigga to go run 2 miles, they're gonna look at you and be like, nah, I can't do it. Bro, I don't know you haven't been around enough niggas.
It's all about standards.
Tell an average.
All about standards. Like, okay, boom. You go to the gym a lot. You do go to the gym a lot.
Of course not.
How many times have you seen in the gym somebody be like, nah, I can't lift that weight? Ain't even fucking tried to get, but they've already set themselves up to be like, yo, I can't lift that weight. Give them about a month, they're lifting that weight. Tell them, hey, now lift this weight. A couple more months, now they're lifting that weight. But before that, they set themselves up to say that they can't do that.
I mean, like, science is a real thing.
Like, granted, at some point, science is not the end all be all, because science has been wrong. Science has been wrong as many times as the fucking Bible. Let's put it like that. As much as scientists like to disclaim the Bible, science has been wrong shitloads of fucking time, and they had to go away and disprove themselves.
Not as much as the Bible. At least science.
Yes, it has. How many times has science like, oh, we know how to fix
it? All right, but
no, hold on. We know how to fix this. Here's a bunch of leeches. Science, not religion. Science. Leeches on your body will suck out all this. You're good. Oh no, to fix this woman who wants to read, she's fucking crazy. You know what? Here's a fucking needle up your nose. Science.
But yeah, lobotomies. But also science is also trying to disprove things that's not right. There's no active side to religion where it's trying to disprove what's already been established. Science, if you establish that the sun rises at 6:45 every single day, you got to prove to me that you can test that. Or you're like, okay, if I mix this color with this color, it's gonna make blue.
Or it's gonna make green. Science has been wrong even more. Because that was part of science.
I'm saying
one point in the that was part of science.
What?
That there were gods and stuff. That was part of science. That was part of science.
What?
Greek and Romans, all that shit. Science and religion wasn't really that separated. They were both closer. They were actually closer together. Alchemy and all this shit, all part of science. So
but
yes,
I think your view is from a Christianity mindset. You said the Greeks, when they were building aqueducts of water flowing upwards and all types of crazy shit, how they saw religion is not how you see religion. So for you to even say that, oh, and they weren't doing it like how their type of restrictions and their type of
where did they got it? Who did they take for their ideas for the aqueducts and shit?
Probably watching fucking water run upstream somewhere. They probably went up somewhere.
Or they think they're God.
Everything didn't come
from
fucking religion. Everything didn't come from a fucking lightning hitting a fucking stone. Sometimes niggas just walked and seen a river flowing upstream. It's like, how the fuck
is water get science and religion in them European countries was a lot closer together. In many other cultures, religion was over.
But you're talking religion. How do you know how close they were to their religion? Because you're talking like a Christian. Oh,
how am I talking like a Christian?
How do you know how?
I literally just told you the Bible was wrong on a lot of shit.
No, but you're saying you gotta understand how connected you are, how you see religion. They don't have church and state concepts like that. They just know that it's not together. How do you know? How you're saying that they fuse it together? How do you know that they didn't completely separate church and state? Because even back in those days, you see, and that's why I be telling niggas that the motherfuckers back then are smarter than niggas now. Motherfuckers now are dumb as shit. If you compare the average educated motherfucker back in those Greek days, they're way smarter than the average dickhead that goes to college now. That's quote unquote educated. All right, the few motherfuckers that were educated back then were actually fucking educated and understood the difference between church and state, understood mathematics, understood this. Don't think that because you can operate an iPhone, you could go back in there and build aqueducts. Because you get one of them cavemen motherfuckers or those Greek motherfuckers back then, they'll be able to pick this shit up and figure it out too. It ain't nothing. But I promise you, you go back then, you can't build shit out of stone slabs. You don't know the technique to make tar and rubber. You don't know how to make a fucking wagon. You don't know the mathematical equations to build a fucking coliseum. You don't know none of that shit because you believe that you're really that smart. When in actuality, people nowadays are fucking stupid compared to motherfuckers back then. So your hubris isn't there. I've already I can tell for you to even think that. Oh,
how do you know I don't know how to build aqueducts and coliseums? How do you know I don't?
Nigga, what does that got to do with fucking religion? What I'm telling you,
it has a shitload to do with religion.
Nigga, we talk about
those are all built.
How does it have to do with religion? Because Zeus went down there and blessed them niggas. Those stories.
That's what I'm telling you. It was part of their mind frame. It was part of their fucking mind frame from back then.
But not how you view it. Your mind frame is a Christian mind frame. Nigga, they were persecuting Christians for the longest time.
Why are you telling me this?
Because nigga, you have a Christian mentality. You don't. But
so you think I'm
nigga, the fact that you're talking about how they use Christianity, and not even Christianity, but you're using
Christianity. I didn't say shit about Christianity.
Christianity was persecuted back in those Greek days. Niggas did not fucking niggas had golden oxes that they
You're making it sound right now. You making it sound like I'm a pissed off Christian that these Greeks and these Romans.
That's what it sounds like because you like, oh,
no, it doesn't.
Religion from this and that. Nigga, they wasn't worried about it. It wasn't
okay. So you only change references there.
You only change references there. You don't even got the full perspective for religion. That shit is mass produced now. So for you to even say that they don't know what
I have a full trust me, I have a full understanding of religion. Don't pay me.
But then why did you not understand that these niggas were not Muslims, they were not Jews, and they were not Christians. Three main religions which you probably those are probably three religions that you're familiar with. And not one of them was what Greek niggas was on. So and that's where your mind is. So how could you even relate to how they view their religion when you're first of all you're Christian.
You're missing the whole thing. You are literally missing the whole.
All right, maybe I am missing the whole thing.
Hey man, but you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I forgot what the point. Honestly, I forgot the point I was trying to make now because you went off, man. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I forgot the whole point I was trying to make now. What was we even talking about?
We're talking about religion and how women. I don't even know.
How the fuck did we get here?
You were talking about how some religion can beat science, and I'm telling you, religion can't.
Oh no! What I was saying is how science. I never said religion could beat science. I said science has been wrong as many times as religion has been fucking wrong. That's what I said, and that is a fucking fact. You're the one who was calling, going off about how the Greeks and the Romans are all smart and geniuses and all this other shit. And God bless the goddamn Egyptians and Ethiopians.
God bless the trap queen. Fucking.
You're the one who went off on how smart they are and everything. And all I said was, as many times as religion's been wrong, science has been wrong too.
Okay,
science has been wrong hella time, and it plays a fact to today.
Okay,
people exactly. So what?
The problem I have is what you're saying about religion being as wrong as or science being as wrong as religion. The problem that what you're saying is that there, and I did answer it, and I just went off on my tangent. I said that religion is not trying to answer any questions. What's in the paper is what's in the paper. That is the truth in the paper. You don't question that.
I just want to point out one fact too.
At least with science, what's in the book can be questioned. It can be tested.
I gotta ask one question. Why are you so pissed off at me saying science is wrong?
It's not that science being wrong. Is that one?
Why are you so pissed at that? Is it because I mentioned it alongside religion?
No, it's
even if I don't remember. Okay, I want to say religion. Science has been wrong hella times. Does that sound better then?
Not when yes, it was because you had it in what religion? Yes, it was because of that. Because religion
science has been wrong hella times. So science to say that a woman can't do this and that is fucking give it another 30 fucking years, the science is gonna change again. The science is gonna fucking change again.
All right.
Because again, science is not a definite. You said it yourself. Scientists always trying to prove this, so they always gotta go check their numbers again, check all their facts again, and realize, hey, you was wrong at this point. This is the truth over here. Science has been wrong, and what they do opposite of religion is that is what you said, where they go back, recheck it, and disprove it. But that still does not change the fact they were fucking wrong. They didn't get it right. It doesn't change the fact. So you could be as pissed off as you want as religion, and that's cool. Do what you do. But it doesn't change the fact. Once again, science is wrong hella times.
Okay. So what I'm arguing is that science, what you said, is not as wrong as religion is. you said science is just as wrong as religion, and it has
been wrong as many times.
Not even that, because you know why? Because because science is always evolving, like we just talked about. Religion is that is what it is.
So
if I prove that
that's not a good argument. I'm gonna let you know that's not a good argument, right? To say it's evolved, it's not wrong, it's evolving. It's still evolving. I can say the same thing about religion. I can use that same argument.
I'll give you more. Science is you're pursuing the truth, right? There is no one truth in science. There is no one set truth in science. You're trying to pursue what the natural world is and how to explain it. Religion is the answer to the natural world as it is. That is the answer to the natural world. There's no science that you need to study. There's no truth you need to find because this book is the truth. This religion that you have is the truth. So for you to say that religion has been wrong as many times.
Nope, I said science has been wrong times. I'm fucking with you at this point, man. I'm fucking with you. Man, but like, it's like this. With as much faith as y'all put in science, and these scientists have been wrong hella times, that is the same faith that people put into fucking religion. Now, tell me this, what would be so wrong if we had just put our faith into religion alone? If people, what would be wrong with
the
that?
Crusades, human beings misinterpret shit. Like I can't misinterpret.
Okay, boom. So right, so mass murder shit. What about with science, the creation of the hydrogen bomb, atom bomb, all these many different weapons? Still have mass murder going on, still got genocide going on. Maybe not in the name of science itself, but there has been a lot of people who killed in the name of science trying to figure out the truth. How many, and I'm not trying to go to black route, but do you know how many bodies that they used to operate, black people, they used to fucking cut open and shit just for science? And then even during the Holocaust, all the Nazi experiments in the name of science. That wasn't in the name of
don't do that. You see what you did right there? You said that was in the name of science. Don't say no. Cutting somebody, dissecting somebody's body in the name of science. Killing Jews in the name of religion.
No.
Don't. There's no person. You killing a whole.
Do you know how much?
Go ahead. You don't do this on
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That wasn't done in the name of science. All them Nazi scientists, medical doctors, all fall in that field of category.
What did you say? You said operating on black people and then killing all these people. That's it. Don't, nigga, you changed it now. But go ahead.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. Go ahead. Let me hear this.
All these Nazi scientists that was operating on Jews, it actually brought about a lot of breakthroughs. This is a dark history where it led through the breakthroughs and understanding of the human anatomy. Came from the Nazis.
In the name of science?
In the name of science.
So that was it. There's nothing else that caused it to operate the Jews. It's just in the name of science, let's get a whole bunch of Jews.
Listen, if you are a fucking scientist and you got this whole group of people you could just operate on and do whatever the fuck you want with them. That's literally what the Nazis did. Them sick motherfucking Nazis.
So it didn't have like, they weren't just like, fuck it, let's open up a Jew because we can.
Huh?
They weren't just like, fuck it, let's open up a Jew's chest.
I'm pretty sure they did that. Okay.
Because that sounds like a bullshit ass excuse. Like, oh, they're operating.
It's a fact.
Not because we don't hate them.
It is a fact.
Not because we don't just hate them and their religion. It's because
we
only want to operate on them for science. We have to operate on a million.
What you said.
We had to operate on 1 million of them to get this. We could have got the same answers for operating on 2 motherfuckers. But now we have to operate on 20 of them. We had to open up 20 motherfuckers. We could have got this. It's not like I just cut this one up and I don't feel like dealing with this nigga. Throw him in the hole. Next one.
Okay, so tell me this.
Whatever. I feel like operating today.
Why would they experiment on their own people when they could experiment on them?
You're asking different things now. I just
told
you.
Okay then. They're already killing off all these people. They're already killing off all these people, right?
Yeah.
The scientists now have free range to do whatever else. So why would they just be like, yeah, you know what? We only going to take 2 of them and we just going to try it on these 2 and record their data over the next 6 months. No, these are highly disposable human beings. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want with them. Boom, 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 next one. Boom, 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 next one. Literally, they hated them. They hated the Jewish people. They hated them.
Why are you saying it's like in the name of science?
They operate in the name of science. That's literally why they were doing it.
But you're saying, oh, this scientist dude is operating on this Jewish person to find out something. I'm telling you, he's operating on that Jewish motherfucker because he just wants to play around inside of him and kill him. I'm telling you that.
So you're telling me that no, they were all just a bunch of psychopaths and sociopaths. All the Nazi scientists was just a bunch of psycho and sociopaths just killing just for killing's sake.
Yes. No, bro, it wasn't no guy. They under the guise of science. Look, there's a whole bunch of breakthroughs that they had. I know about them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the science that we have and all that shit is because they tested on human beings. The Russians did it too to their own people. They did it like motherfuckers, and they did it to the Nazis too. They did all types of Japanese motherfuckers did crazy experience where we took the information too. Japanese motherfuckers would chop motherfuckers while they're alive. The thing I'm trying to get is don't try to tell me that every time they did it, it was in the name of science. When they did it, they just wanted to fuck around and kill somebody. Don't tell me some shit like, oh, the whole thing was all about science. It's not. It's not. They just wanted to fucking kill somebody. And what the doctor felt like cutting somebody open and playing around inside of them, he's gonna do that. There's doctors that do this shit today, and they don't make anything. They do it because they want money. They cut niggas open for the pursuit of fucking cash. They do that today. So don't tell me they did it because of science. There was no science. How do you know they did it for science? I'm telling you, I know they hate Jews. How do you? So you're telling me they cut them open for science? I'm telling you, they cut them open because they wanted to.
They didn't just cut them open because they wanted. They hated them.
But how do you draw to that?
Hold on. They hated them.
Nigga, answer that to me. How do you get to that point? How do you get to that point?
How do I get to that point?
No, let me ask the question again. Just because you just repeated the last two words I said. The question is, and usually when people say that, they're not listening. So the question I'm asking, how do you know that they dissect, and I'm not done with the question. How do you know that they operated on them in the name of science? Because I can tell you that they said they hated Jews and they want to eradicate Jews. So with that evidence, I could bring it to the assumption or bring it to this conclusion that they operated on them just because they wanted to kill them, just because they wanted to do fucked up shit to them. Because they said they hated them and they wanted to eradicate them. What's that? What's that word?
Genocide?
Huh?
A mass genocide?
Genocide. They wanted that, right? So I could with those being told to me, you don't need to make excuses for them like there was fucking.
I'm not making excuses for them. I want to clarify that.
I'm not saying you're making excuses, but what I'm saying is that if they're over here operating on people, or if they're over here making those proclamations about how they hate these people, it's easy for me. It's fair for me to to assume that they would operate on Jews for no reason other than they just wanted to. Not in the name of science, not in the name of religion, not in the name of religion too, but in the name of everything else other than science. That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay. So that's my evidence why I draw to that. How do you draw the conclusion that they did that in the name of science?
How I drew
the conclusion.
Question. I got my conclusion because the amount of detailed records they kept on the experiments that they did. Yes, they hated the Jews. I'm not saying that they operated fully out of a pursuit of knowledge for science. There was the hatred for the Jews. They had this to them a disposable resource that they had to conduct these experiments on people who they didn't even have to consider as humans anymore, even though they had an anatomy of humans. They didn't consider humans. They hated them. But you know what? You're still useful to me for my science experiments. So I will experiment on you in the name of science. And I will grab all these data. Oh, how does the human body react to a fucking syringe full of chlorine? Boop. Oh, okay. That's how it reacts. Next body. Oh, can I actually do a brain transplant? Let me take the brain out of this body, put it inside this one. Oh, science. If I just make the cut here, science. Can I do an open heart surgery? Can I switch out hearts? Can I do this? Science. Not religion. Science. Pursuit of knowledge. Pursuit of all this, trying to expose what's really going on in the human body. Science. So okay. Yes, I could draw my conclusion from the fact of the data that they were able to record from that, which is science. That's not religion. Religion, okay. If it was purely religion and purely just hate, all them science experiments would have gone on. None of those would have happened. It would have just been them terminating them all. That's literally what it would have been. There would be no need to do science experiments. It was just pure hatred alone. So that's how I drew my conclusion from that.
All right. So what I'm gonna say is that we should look at how many motherfucking Jews died, how many of these motherfuckers got cut up by these doctors that were doing it in the name of science, right? You don't need to be a guy. It's a modern age. It's a 1944, between 1944 and 1946 or whatever, right? Modern age, not too far away from the time we're at right now. Yeah. Anybody could have told you what would happen if you took out this body part, if you moved this body part over here, if you did that, if you did this, if you did that. Granted, okay, the first couple, maybe 10 guys, take his brain out, put it in a fucking animal thing, take a pig's brain, put it in his head, whatever. There is a level of morality that you should have when you're dealing with these people. Like you said, to them is nothing. These motherfuckers is nothing to them. The level of morality that you should have. Hold on, okay, kind of twisted up right now.
Please go ahead.
These guys should have already had their answer from the first couple motherfuckers. You don't need to be chopping the motherfucker up into all these pieces and sewing niggas together, doing Frankenstein shit. That shit is abomination against humanity. It's abomination.
Literally,
and you know it, and they should know it as doctors, as motherfuckers with PhDs, these German motherfuckers who they're still doctors. They should know because science, the medical shit has been around for years, hundreds of years, thousands of years to that point in the 1940s. So the shit that they're doing, sewing niggas together, sewing niggas apart, putting chlorine in veins and shit, they would not do that to their own people because they know how atrocious it is. They wouldn't do that shit to another German motherfucker. They wouldn't sit there and do it to them, but they'll do it to the Jews. Why? Because they're fucking Jews. Because they hate them. Because they don't want them to do it. But when you get damn.
Yeah, go ahead.
To me, it still doesn't make that much sense. Because you're doing this shit to you're just doing it to people that you don't like. And that just look, I'm not conceding to what you that shit still is just like you operating on people. No. Because you can do it if you're doing it in the name of science. For the fact that you're doing it so much, so callously, you can't expect like it just. I guess if you purely are doing it in the name of science,
like this, they practice on them, so when they have to do it to their own people, they're professionals at it. They could do it properly.
I don't even. To me, that's what it is on the surface. It was just still horrible, but deep down inside, to me, they were just operating on the Jews, and I feel like I'm getting hung up on that.
Honestly, right now I started to see like you're trying to say these Nazis have some form of morality. They don't. The minute they decided to go along with this genocide, they had no morals whatsoever. They were either scared little sheep or they were leading the charge. Either way, they went along with it and abandoned their fucking humanity.
I just don't feel like you can blame science for that. I feel like it's just evil people.
I'm not blaming science for the whole Holocaust. I'm just saying
to me, it's an excuse. It's an excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's literally what happened. It's not an excuse. It's what happened.
Well, I'll give it to you because I can't. The only thing I can think of is what I said.
It's not hatred. They hated them, and they wanted the knowledge and the data from them.
I can't blame science. I just blame them doing what they did because they believe that they're superior. So
they did.
And the Crusades is a perfect example of religion.
It is a perfect example of religion. I have not once gave up no crazy defense for religion. I don't think you realize that yet. I have not gave up a defense for religion.
It's not that you have, but is you made a statement that religion is like the person is like religion.
Science is not infallible. That's all I'm saying.
We've been talking too long on this topic because I don't even forget what the fuck we talking about.
Talking about it. How the fuck did we get from fucking knocking down the walls of fucking gender sports all the way to Nazis operating on Jewish people?
Nigga, that's how conversations go. And I really don't know.
And it all started because of the Queen dying and people making a bunch of fun. Domino effect. Okay, dominoes.
Yeah, we've been going for a while now. Let's get up out of here, man.
All right. Anyways, this has been Belly Bro Podcast live. It's your boy Low Pro, here with Mr. DRV Do the Most. We out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Bring the beat in.
Wait, we're going live. We ain't doing no beat.
Oh shit, ain't no beat. Peace. We out.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Wait, let me get off this real quick.